There are basically three types of screens, regardless of the scope of applications, usage areas, and user types. These are listing where saved data is shown, form for new record entry, and display screen used for detailed display of a saved content. These screens are a reference in almost every sense for other screens to be made. For example, when we take a user list screen, it will be enough to select only the data source and data to be displayed by duplicating from a very similar, even the same screen. Similar operations are valid for form and display screens. We start the screen design with the row element. This most basic container element allows new elements to be added to the interface and takes up space horizontally from end to end within its parent structure. The parent element of a row can be a screen or a column element within another row element. Alignment and padding properties can also be done for the column element, which will affect the elements within it. For a container-based sizing, you can use the panel element. Mostly elements can be sized both by padding and by width and height. Properties and styling properties vary based on the selected element. Although there are some common areas, they mostly change according to the properties needed in the use of the element. Before you start designing the interface, make a sketch of what kind of screen you want to design, even if it's just a pencil and paper. This way, the first screen idea that comes to your mind won't be blown away as you experiment with new styling options in screen design. Use the row element nested as needed. You can use the horizontal stack element to add side-by-side or vertically ordered elements. To mention an important point, the panel element can dynamically get the background color or image from the data. Another important point is the input elements you will add, especially on form screens. For example, an email element must be added in the field to receive an email address. In other similar elements, the entries made by the end user are checked and warn the user to enter correct information with validation errors. In the email element, the issuer and error of characters are checked in the text entered as standard, and the user is prevented from unintentionally entering incorrect information. To give another example from the same element, if we consider that it is used in a mobile application, regardless of the end user's device or keyboard language selection, the English language keyboard is displayed during email element input. Listing, form, and display screens are frequently used in almost every application. It is important to start with one of these screens that is comprehensive. This will allow you to set the size of the screen or elements such as tables, fonts, etc. more precisely. By duplicating screens of the same type, you can quickly prepare other screens. You can group screens according to the main menus they are connected to. You can edit but not delete all the styles that come by default when you create an application. In particular, these styles will help you to edit both elements already added to screens and new elements to be added. You should be careful when making edits on screens with data connections. Even if you delete a numeric input element and then insert a new numeric input into the same column, your application will cause errors because the element IDs do not match. For comprehensive edits, make your edits by duplicating from the relevant screen.